everyone, my name is Grace Kemp and this is part 2 of the Jews and the Cross. In part 1 we showed a picture of the possible arrangement of the children of Israel's camp in the wilderness of Sinai. We have it in the shape of a cross rather than a square, which is the usual way it's laid out. We base that on numerous things, but particularly the fact that God instructed Moses to put the children of Israel north, south, east, and west. And the four corners, if left empty, seemed very practical. For one thing, it would be easier for them to walk to the tabernacle, as they would have empty space. Also in those four corners, they possibly gathered manna. Otherwise, they'd have to walk miles to get outside of the camp. This way, the maximum amount they'd have to walk is a half a mile. And remember the quail that came and filled the camp? They gathered the quail, and this would give them access because those corners would be empty. Also, all their cattle, all their supplies, how about their waste products, how about burying the dead and all that. We have over 2 million people, and they would need to access free space. So it seems reasonable that that's how it was laid out. The expression "without the camp" occurs 20 times in this particular account, without the camp. Now this way, with the tabernacle in the center, you could easily go from the tabernacle and be outside of the camp immediately. However, if the entire area was surrounded by 603,000 tents, it would be difficult to get outside of the camp. And also, there could have been mountains in the corners. They wouldn't need a flat plain measuring 15 miles by 8 miles. This could fit in between mountains if it was laid out in this particular way. In the book of Joshua, as they're crossing the Jordan River, the people were told to remain 3,000 feet back from the Ark of the Covenant. And because this is drawn to scale, you can see that, but the nearest members of the tribes would be 2,600 feet from the tabernacle. And in Joshua, it tells them to be about 3,000 feet. So this sort of fits that profile, that they were back some distance, that there would be no wrath in the congregation. They were to be far off about the tabernacle. I think we will stop here for now and continue in part 3. So please come back because I have something very interesting to share with you.